All right, the national anthem just being sung here at the Frederick C. Hovde Assembly Center. Tell you about the starting lineups for the Grambling State University Tigers and Alabama State University. First of all, for Alabama State, they'll start Danielle Clark, a 5'9" senior from Douglasville, Georgia. She is actually a junior college transfer from Georgia Perimeter College. Then Elijah Jones, a 5'6" sophomore from Tishomingo, Mississippi, went to Belmont High School. Kayla Stevens, a 6'1" junior from Santa Ana, California. Brittany Wright, a 5'10" senior from Detroit, Michigan. And Tatiana Calhoun, a 6'3" sophomore from Montgomery, Alabama. The head coach of the Alabama State University Lady Hornets, Frida Freeman Jackson, and assisted by Clayton Harris, Yvette McDaniel, and Dexter Holt. And now for the Grambling State University Lady Tigers, led by head coach Fred Murray, Takara Parsons, the 5'9" sophomore from Virginia Beach, Monisha Neal, a 5'8" junior from Louisville, Texas, Shakala Hill, a 5'7" sophomore from Little Rock, Arkansas, Jasmine Boyd, a 5'8" sophomore from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and Jasmine Torian, a 6-foot junior from Clarksville, Tennessee. One of the great things about this Lady Tiger basketball team, Shakala Hill, Monisha Neal, Takara Parsons, Jasmine Boyd, Jasmine Torian, all will be back next year. And you add in Kiana Jones, who's a junior, Khadijah Pearson, who's just a freshman, D-Ray Taylor, who's just a sophomore, Brina Andrews, who's a junior, and Johnny Thompson. Now, Thompson and Lewis are both seniors, but everybody else will be coming back next year. So they've got a really good nucleus for a ball club. And Shakala Hill, you could see her being an All-American, very much like Shay Hobson, who played here back in the early 90s under head coach Pat Bibbs. This is a young lady that really reminds you of her, someone like Janetta Graham that just takes over a ball game and really has been a nucleus for the club. All right, just about ready for the opening tip between these two teams. Alabama State has already taken the floor. And here come the Grambling Lady Tigers. Jumping at center for the Lady Tigers will be Jasmine Torian, the 6-foot junior from Clarksville, Tennessee. And just about ready here for center. And we are underway. Lady Hornets have the basketball. Alabama State with the basketball, controlling it. Number 14, Elijah Jones, and the official will stop play momentarily. Looks like a little bit of issue with the clock, and they'll get that straightened out. Officials going over to get a clock issue straight. .948 remaining here, or I should say 9:48 remaining here in this first quarter of play. And we've had a little bit of a stoppage here as they get the clock issue straight. And inbounding the basketball will be Alabama State. Controlling the basketball for the Lady Hornets. It's number 14, Elijah Jones, or Alicia Jones, I should say. Nice tip, nice pass out to Jones. Shot up and good. She has her first 2 points of the ball game. 2-0 our score. Alabama State showing a full court press right now, and they drop back off into a zone. Like a 2-3 zone setup here for Alabama State. Shakala here with the basketball. Three-pointer on the way, up and no good. And controlling the basketball will be Alabama State. So early on, it's 2-0, Alabama State on top. Shot up and good, and now Alabama State with 2 buckets in the ball game. And it is now 4-0 Alabama State on top. Alicia Jones with 2 points. And the big girl, Calhoun, with 2 points as well. Skylar Hill with the basketball. Going around to Torian, or I should say Jasmine Boyd. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Alabama State. Back to Grambling with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Lady Tigers starting off a little bit sluggish here in this ball game. Alabama State will defend here on the inbound. It's side out. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Skylar Hill going up for a little floating jumper. Up and good. Skylar Hill with the first 2 points of the ball game for the Lady Tigers. And it's now a 4-2 ball game with 8:02 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Centurion Black here with you at the Frederick C. Hodges Assembly Center. First game of 2 here tonight. Men's basketball game will be coming up on ESPN 97.7 out of bounds off of Grambling, and it will go back to Alabama State. They will inbound it under their own goal. Alabama State going from right to left on your radio, and the Grambling Lady Tigers going from left to right. Here's an inbound on the pass, shot up and good. 3-point bucket by Danielle Clark. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. Alabama State on top. Three-pointer on the way for Grambling. It's Jasmine Torian. And Jasmine Torian gets Lady Tigers within 2 here. Here's another three-pointer on the way for Alabama State, and it's up and good by Danielle Clark. And for Clark, she now has 5 points in the ball game. Three-pointer on the way by Jasmine Torian, up and no good. Ball tipped around. Recovered by Grambling. Shot up and good to Carol Parsons with her first 2 points of the ball game. Grambling recovers off of the steal. Skylar Hill goes up for the shot. It's up. It's no good. Off of Alabama State. Back to Grambling. Into the ball game for Alabama State. Number 33, it looks like, and that's going to be Danielle Ewert, the senior from Prattville, Alabama. Three-pointer on the way. Good by Jasmine Torian. Torian with 6 points now in the ball game, and it is now a 10-10 contest. Lady Horns with the basketball, another three-pointer on the way up and no good. Shot up and rebound is good by the big girl Ewert. Ewert, the senior, getting the bucket. Alabama State will be charged with an offensive foul. And you can see on the replay, great positioning there by Jasmine, and it'll go back to Grambling State University. I believe Lewis now checking into the ball game for the Grambling Lady Tigers. And now for Alabama State, looks like number 34, Victoria Harvey, the redshirt freshman, 6'4", from Millbrook, Alabama. Skylar Hill with the basketball. 5:30 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Monisha Neal will control. She's defended tightly by Danielle Clark. Now to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd gets it out to Lewis. A three-pointer by Lewis on the way. Rattles in and out, no good. And the rebound easily by Victoria Harvey. And a foul coming up, charge to Grambling State. The foul's going to be on Skylar Hill. That'll be her first personal. First team on Grambling. Long pass down the floor for Alabama State. And controlling it will be Wright. Gets it to in between the circles. Now Lewis defending the ball on Jones. Jones now left side to Ewert. Ewert top of the key. That's 24 Wright. Shot up no good. Rebounded the putback up and no good by Victoria Harvey. And a traveling violation charge to Grambling. Monisha Neal came down with the basketball but fell down. And a turnover here for the Lady Tigers. As you can see, Ewert going up, trying to get the basketball. Monisha Neal trying to control the basketball. We have a timeout on the floor with the score. The Grambling Lady Tigers trailing Alabama State by the score of 12-10. We'll take this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Grambling State University basketball on the Grambling Sports Radio Network, and you're watching it live on the Grambling State University YouTube channel. Foul for them. All right, checked out. Welcome back here to the Frederick Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. Ewert with the basketball with inbound under her own goal and gets it out to Danielle Clark. Three-pointer on the way, and Clark drains it. And for Clark, that is her third three-pointer of the game. It is now 15-10, Grambling trailing. You see Clark with a long bomb there if you're watching the YouTube channel. And now a rebound, Clark coming away with it, and the foul coming up on Shakala Hill. And so for Shakala Hill, that is number 2 on her. Coming into the ball game will be Johnny Thompson. She'll come in for Shakala Hill. So it's going to be Hill, Neal, Boyd, Torian, and also Lewis in the ball game. Ewert controlling. They get it over to Lewis. They got to Clark. They got to watch her shooting threes. Ball is tipped out off of Grambling back to Alabama State. Ewert, I should say, this is Clark with the ball. Up and good, but Clark is just torching Grambling. She now has 8 points in the ball game, and it's now 17-10, Grambling on top. Went back to that last game between Grambling and Alabama State. Clark only had 3 points in the contest. And Shakala Hill led the Lady Tigers at 22. A missed opportunity there for Grambling, and Alabama State has the ball back. Clark, another three-pointer. Boy, she is red hot. And a timeout by Grambling, as that is the 4th three-pointer of the ball game for Danielle Clark. Unbelievable the start that Danielle Clark has had in this ball game. She already has 14 points in the contest. 20-10 now. Grambling on top of Alabama State. And right now, defensively, they're going to have to change what they're doing, because right now Clark is absolutely torching them on the outside. And that seems to be the young lady with the hot shooting hand right now is Clark. Like I said, in the last game that they had, and that was at the beginning of the season, first game of the season, as a matter of fact, Clark got into a lot of foul trouble. She had 4 personal fouls and only 3 points, 3 turnovers in the contest. Whitney Wright actually led the team with 9 points in the game. Like I said, Chicago had 22 points, 9 rebounds, while Jasmine Boyd had 15 points in the contest. The first time out between these two teams. Lady Tigers have to find some offense and some defense. Nice job by Lewis on the fake shot. Is up no good. Rebound by Monisha Neal, and she'll bring it out to start the offense. Jasmine Boyd now has the ball. Back to Monisha Neal. She'll try her hand at the three-pointer. Good. Monisha Monisha Neal with her first three-pointer of the contest, first points of the contest. And it is now a 20-13 ball game. Grambling trailing with 3:12 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Controlling the basketball for Alabama State is 22, Kayla Stevens. Now she gets it out to Jones. Jones to Ewert. The senior looking for someone to get it to. Now she'll come back in between the circles. She'll keep the dribble going. And now she'll go towards the baseline. She'll take the shot up. Good. And right now, the Lady Hornets can't do any wrong. Ewert with her first 2 points of the ball game. Just a fourth point of the ball game. Now it is a 22-13 contest. Jasmine Torian with the basketball to Monisha Neal. Nice pass over to Lewis. Bounce pass into Johnny Thompson. Thompson going one-on-one with the defender. Wow, nice job by Thompson. She couldn't finish it. Ball goes to Ewert. She was one-on-one with Victoria Harvey. Put on a nice move, but could not finish it. Now here comes Jones, left side. She has Stevens. Back out to Ewert. Ewert, a three-pointer on the way. No good. Ball is out back to the big girl, and that's Harvey. Rebound, and the putback no good, but going to the line for two will be number 22, Kayla Stevens. 22-13 is our score. Johnny Thompson with her first. As you see, a great positioning there by the guard, number 22, Kayla Stevens. Actually, she's really a small forward. And for Johnny Thompson, that'll be her first personal. First free throw up and on the way for Alabama State is good. At the line for Alabama State is number 22 again, and that is going to be Stevens. Gets her first free throw. She's got one more at the line. Second free throw is up and good. And it is now a 24-13 contest. Johnny Thompson with the basketball, gets it to Brianna Andrews, who now comes into the game. 24-13, Grambling trailing by 11. Johnny Thompson, nice fake. Trying to go inside with the pass, and it's picked out by Stevens. Stevens comes across the half-court line with it, gets it to the big girl. It's inside. That's Clark. She goes in and gets the bucket. Grambling completely out of sync right now. And it's now 26-13. Johnny Thompson with a shot. It's up, it's good. Thompson getting two. And Lewis interrupting the pass. And now Grambling will pick up full court. We'll change their defensive strategy here just a little bit. Now we got a player coming into the ball game for Alabama State. That's going to be number 5, Demaya Tony, the senior from Detroit, Michigan. She went to Paris Junior College. But she's going to come in order to help out in the guard area, giving a break to Elijah Jones. And here comes Tony. Tony across the half-court line. She'll run the point. Now looking left side. Trying to get some help back to her left. So Frida Freeman Jackson trying to get the offense going out there. And it's going to be an offensive foul charge to Alabama State. Looks like it'll be charged to number 35, Zamoria Clark. 24-15, Alabama State on top. 26-15, I should say. 26-15, Alabama State on top. 107 remaining in the first quarter play. Alabama State picking up on a soft half-court press. Monisha Neal now with the basketball. Under a minute now in the first quarter. It's been all Alabama State. Here's Johnny Thompson, left side over to Lewis. Lewis looking, now she'll drive. Pops it back out to Monisha Neal. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Now back to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd now taking the shot up, no good. And a foul coming in with 44 seconds remaining. It's a two-shot foul. Great job by Monisha Neal getting it to Boyd. And she puts a nice fake on Danielle Clark and goes to the hole and draws the foul. And Alabama State, a much bigger team than Grambling is. And so they'll have to make sure that they take advantage of their smaller size by getting some good dribble drive penetration. Now Jasmine Boyd with the first free throw up and good. First points of the ball game for Jasmine Boyd. She'll have one more opportunity at the charity strike. Boyd with the free throw attempt. It's up, and it's good. The Tigers now 4 for 4 at the charity stripe. I should say 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. And it's now a 26-17 ball game. Grambling trailing by 9, 38 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play. About a 14-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 2-point bucket. And that's going to be again by number 2, Danielle Clark. She now has 16 points in the first quarter. And a three-pointer by Jasmine Boyd. 28-20, 9 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play. Alabama State with the basketball. Jones controlling, looking out high, trying to find Danielle Clark. Cross-court pass to Ewart, and that's it for the first quarter. Score right now, Alabama State on top by the score of 28-20, led by Danielle Clark with 16 points in the ballgame. We'll take this 1 minute timeout. 1 minute. You're listening to the Grambling Sports Radio Network right here on Red Peach Media and on the YouTube channel. Yes. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hovde Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. The Lady Tigers trail right now to the Alabama State University Hornets by the score of 28-20 as we get ready to enter into the second quarter. Hey, just a reminder that you want to visit our good friends at Applebee's in Ruston. And hey, they've got some great specials going on right now, including some of those great specials during happy hour and, of course, after 9 p.m., those half-price appetizers. It's Applebee's located in the Graham Shopping Center parking lot in Ruston. Also, we want to thank our good friends at the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency. You know, life insurance is so important. It's not about you. It's about the loved ones who you leave behind. Also, renter's insurance is so important. Make sure that you visit our good friends at the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency. Get a quote today by calling 255-6301. That's 255-6301, the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency. All right, the officials over at the scores table. And the officials talking to the head coaches right now just to kind of get, I guess, a couple of things in order. 28-20 right now as we get ready to start the second quarter of the game. Again, the Lady Tigers and the Tigers. Lady Tigers and the Tigers will have their game coming up against Alabama A&M. Shot up and good. Nice job there by Johnny Thompson. Fourth point of the ball game. 9:40 remaining in this half. 29-22. Grambling trailing by now by just 7. Inside pass. Nice job by Alabama State working the inside. Shot up and good. That basket by 24, Brittany Wright, her first 2 points of the ball game. Three-pointer up and on the way by Grambling, no good, and here comes Alabama State. Shot up, no good for Alabama State. Rebound and put back up and no good. Johnny Thompson right there trying to get the rebound, and she does for the Grambling Lady Tigers. 8:50 remaining here in this first half of the ballgame. 31-22 is the score. Renee Andrews, three-pointer up on the way. Good. That's the fifth three-pointer of the ballgame for the Lady Tigers. First 3 points for Renee Andrews tonight, and it's now a 31-25 contest. 8.5 remaining here in the first half of play. Ewart, the right side, getting it out to number 22, Stevens. Nice pass. It was interrupted by Thompson, and it looks like that Grambling will get the ball back as Wright goes out of bounds. Coach Jackson will make a substitution. Nice ball movement on offense by Grambling, and Brenna Andrews being able to spot up for that three-pointer. The last game that these Lady Tigers played was against Alabama, I should say against Mississippi Valley. Double-double by Chicago Hill, 11 points, 11 rebounds. She also had 4 steals in the contest. Jasmine Boyd with 12 and Jasmine Torian with 12. Not a lot of scoring, but then Johnny Thompson had the best game that she's had in a while. 18 points in the contest, three-pointer on the way, no good by Jasmine Boyd. So 4 players in double figures in that last contest for the Grambling Lady Tigers against Mississippi Valley. Lady Tigers right now number 1 in the conference at 13-3 overall. Pass out to Zalia Joe. Now to Jones. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. And it's going to be a foul on the floor, charged to Grambling. Let's see who that foul is going to be charged to. Looks like it was going to be charged to Monisha Neal. That's her first personal. And now Jasmine Torian coming back into the ball game for Grambling. Ewart coming into the ball game now for Alabama State. And it's going to be a foul charge to Alabama State. Offensive foul. And that's going to be charged to the big girl, 54, Tatiana Calhoun, the sophomore from Montgomery, Alabama. And she will come out of the ball game as quickly as she came in. Brittany Andrews with the basketball. Bounce pass, nice job. Boyd now to Jasmine Torian for 3, no good. But the rebound by Monisha Neal. The putback is up and good. She has 5 points now in the ball game, and it's now a 31-27 ball game. Grambling has crept back into this contest. Lewis doing a great job on defense on Jones. Jones now down the sideline, will take the baseline. Pass out for a three-pointer up on the way, no good. Ball is in the air, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go back to Alabama State. Well, that three-pointer by Doe was no good, but a great job there and a hustle by Grambling getting to the basketball. And now coming into the Lady Hornets lineup will be number 5, Demaya Toney. Also coming in will be Kayla Stevens. It'll be Alabama State ball under their own goal. Ewart will inbound. She gets it into Stevens. Stevens now to Toney. Three-pointer on the way by Ewart. Up no good. It rattles in and out. Great job by Monisha Neal boxing out. And she had 2 black shirts right on her. Jasmine Boyd goes out of bounds, and we'll go back to the Lady Hornets. Now Johnny Thompson will come into the ball game. She'll take out Shantia Lewis. And it'll be Alabama State ball. They'll have to bring the ball the length of the floor. Toney with the basketball looking, and near steal by Jasmine Boyd. And it goes back to Alabama State as it goes out of bounds. Nice job by Doe. She did not touch the basketball. And now Alabama State will inbound. DeRay Taylor now coming back into the contest. She's defended by Ewert. Ewert is a 5'10" guard / forward. And that ball is out of bounds. They say it's off of Grambling back to Alabama State. 6:16 remaining in the half, 31-27. Grambling on top, and they trail by as much as 11 or 12 points here in the first half already. 3 seconds left on the shot clock for Alabama State. Inside, shot up, partially blocked by Johnny Thompson. Shot clock violation on Alabama State, and it goes back to the Grambling Lady Tigers. 31-27 is our score. Grambling, the number 3 scoring offense in the conference, averaging just about 64 points a ball game, while Alabama State averaging about 59.5 points a ball game. Scoring defense, Grambling number 3 in the conference, Alabama State number 5. DeRay Taylor takes her first shot of the ball game, good. Taylor doing a great job just stepping inside and getting a shot, and a timeout by Alabama State with 5:50 remaining here in this first half of play. We will take a, is it 30-second timeout? Oh, it's a full timeout, so we'll take a 1-minute timeout. 1 minute, we'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Romney Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. 31-29, the Grambling Lady Tigers right now trail with 5:50 remaining here in this first half of play. Alabama State with the basketball. Leading score right now for the Lady Hornets is Clark. She has 15 points, or 16 points. Shot up and good. And this shot's by Brittany Wright. She has 4 points, and it's now 33-29. Johnny Thompson takes a long shot. DeRay Taylor coming from behind, trying to track down the ball, and now out to Doe with the basketball. Top of the key, 3-pointer on the way for Brittany Wright. Good. So for Brittany Wright, that's her first 3-pointer of the ball game. She now has 7 points as she takes that long 3. It's now 36-29, back out to a 7-point lead. D. Taylor with the ball now. Taylor will take a shot just inside the 3-point line, and it's an air ball. Recovering is Amoria Clark. So just as much as Grambling got back into the game and went down just by 2, now they're back down by 7. Tony with the basketball for Alabama State will dribble back towards her right. She drives the baseline, goes in and draws a foul. Brene Andrews coming into the ball game. Foul is going to be on Jasmine Boyd. 15 foul. Should say second team foul of the half, or the quarter rather. Tony with the basketball, defended by Brene Andrews. Cross-court pass now to Doe. Drives. It's going to be a traveling violation, and it goes back to the Lady Tigers. Great job there in positioning by Monisha Neal, because it made the offensive player have to decide what she wanted to do with the basketball. Did she want to drive? Did she want to shoot with the ball? And that stutter step caused her to travel, and now Grambling with the ball. Monisha Neal will control. 4:25 remaining here in this first half of play. 36-29, Grambling trailing. something that they have not done a lot of in the last few ball games. They did trail at Pine Bluff. Three-pointer by Jasmine Torian is up and good. And for Torian, third three-pointer of the ball game. She has 9 points. Shot partially blocked there by Johnny Thompson. Great job just sticking her hand up. Goes out of bounds back to Grambling. 17 points for Danielle Clark for Alabama State. Five three-pointers for Clark. Ball was controlled by Grambling momentarily. Then it goes back to Alabama State. They nearly lost the control of the basketball. 36-32 the score. Grambling trailing. 3:45 remaining in this first half of play. Ball is tipped, goes out of bounds off of Grambling and back to Alabama State. Lewis comes back into the ball game, and now one of the Alabama State players coming out. Looks like number 35 for Alabama State, Zamoria Clark, coming out, and she was popped in the face, it looks like. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Lady Hornets. Here's the inbound. That's number 24, and that's going to be right. Shot is up, no good, and here come the Grambling Lady Tigers. Out to Monisha Neal. Neal with the basketball to Jasmine Torian. She has the hot hand. It's up, no good. It's an air ball. Did not take her time. As you can see, she was kind of floating back to her left. The ball kind of floated off to her left. Air ball, and now the Lady Tigers give the ball back up to Alabama State. Lady Tigers right now being out-rebounded by Alabama State 15-7 in that last media timeout. More importantly, Alabama State 6 of 9 from long range. Grambling 5 of 13. Tony with the ball. Nice pass inside from Tony, going inside to Brittany Wright. And Brittany Wright now with 9 points. Jasmine Torian with the basketball. Torian defended by Ewert. Pass inside to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd going in for the shot. It's up, it's no good. And the ball is tipped, comes down to Alabama State to 24, Brittany Wright. And they're going to call Jasmine Boyd for the reach. They're going to call her for the reach. Although she was right behind her, and but she didn't get all ball there. Alabama State with the basketball. D-Ray Taylor now defending Tony. Now to Danielle Clark, who's already got 16 points. She goes in, and now she has 18. 40-32, back out to an 8-point lead for Alabama State. She has 19 points in the contest, and this is just in the first half. Nearly half of Alabama State's points. Lewis with the basketball. Goes up for the shot. It's up, it's no good, and the rebound by Clark. Clark, who has the hot hand, will come away with the basketball. Well, I tell you what, Danielle Clark really stepping up her game, the senior from Douglasville, Georgia, really trying to make things happen. Wright with the basketball, now gives it up to Tony. Tony now looking inside, can't find anybody. Now will take a shot and goes in for the shot, but she's fouled by Lewis. And for Lewis, that'll be foul number 1 on her. Six three-pointers by the Lady Tigers. 5 just for Danielle Clark of Alabama State. Tony now going to the free throw line for the Lady Hornets. Free throw up and good. First point of the ball game for Tony. She has one more shot at the line. Johnny Thompson will take out Brene Andrews. 1:39 remaining in this first half of play. 41-32 the score. One more shot. Up and good. Alabama State will come full court. 1:35 remaining, 42-32. Grambling now trailing by 10 again. They had it down to 2 points. And then the Danielle Clark show started back up again. Torian with the basketball, nearly lost it. Gets it to Lewis. 11 left on the shot clock. Lewis looking, will take the three-pointer. It's up, it's no good. And it's going to be a foul on, looks like on Alabama State. Jasmine Torian with the foul for Grambling. That'll be her first. 8 fouls in the first half for Grambling, 2 for Alabama State. And now at the line for the Lady Hornets is number 24, Brittany Wright. First free throw is up on the way, and it's good. Wright, the leading scorer for Alabama State, averaging 18 points a ball game, also 7.5 rebounds, shooting 80% from the charity stripe. Second free throw up and no good. Three-pointer by Danielle Clark. Boy, she is just torching Grambling. Wow, she has 6 three-pointers in the first half, 22 points. That is a career high in the first half for Danielle Clark. Johnny Thompson looking, wants to avoid the travel. Three-pointer by Lewis, up on the way, no good. Dee Taylor trying to get the ball. Jasmine Torian had the ball picked out of her hands. Now to 24 Wright. It's going to be a foul on Dee Taylor coming up. Lady Tigers trail 46-32 with 31 seconds left in the first half. Wow, 14-point deficit for the Lady Tigers. Been one of their largest deficits in the first half since back at Southern University. I want to say back before the conference season started. Free throw coming up. Up and good. So now Danielle Clark, I should say Brittany Wright, is now 2 for 3 at the line. One more shot at the line. 6 out of 8 at the charity stripe for Alabama State in the first half. Boy, I'm telling you, Danielle Clark has just put on a clinic. Second free throw up, no good. Coming down to rebound is Lewis. And now the Lady Tigers, they'll have to shoot with about 1 second remaining. Torian with the basketball. Now to Brene Andrews. To Monisha Neal. And remember, Shakila Hill had to sit on the bench most of the first half. She had 2 fouls very early in the contest. Lewis trying to go inside to Monisha Neal, goes in and gets the bucket. Well, it's been a little bit of a scoring drought, and Monisha Neal gets the bucket with 4 seconds remaining in the first half. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Alabama State. And it will go back to Grambling with 0.3 of a second remaining in the first half. Officials at first thought that they had to go over to the scores clock. Nice job here by Monisha Neal. Again, making the dribbler decide whether she was going to shoot or have to toss the ball to the right. 47-34 the score. And they're just going to end the half here. We are at the half, and the Lady Tigers right now trail Alabama State 47-34 at the half. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes. You're listening to the Grambling Sports Radio Network and watching live on GSU TV. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. Lady Tigers right now really having their problems with Alabama State. 47-34 is the halftime score between these two teams. Let's get you up to date on action going on around the country in men's basketball. Top 25 action. Only a couple of games on the docket today. Cincinnati right now on top of Houston early, 17-14. This is our men's basketball. Number 14, SMU on top of Tulsa. Number 14, SMU will play Tulsa at 7 p.m. And then at 8 p.m., the Wisconsin Badgers, number 24 or 22 in the nation, will take on Iowa. Always a tough team to play. In the Southwestern Athletic Conference coming up later on tonight will be Alcorn and Texas Southern, Alabama A&M at Jackson. Of course, Grambling will entertain Alabama State, and Southern with a very important game against Prairie View A&M University. All right, women's basketball scores in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. No scores right now to report as all the games have tipped off. In the top 25 in women's basketball, Miami on top of Georgia Tech, 60-42. The Lady Hurricanes, 16 in the nation. The Cardinals of Louisville, number 14 in the country, 68-46 over Clemson. And, of course, later on tonight, Drake, who's number 22 in the country, will take on Missouri State. And then in the ACC Women's Tournament, second round, Syracuse, number 21 in the nation, will take on UNC. So that gets you up to date on the scores. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, more from here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. We'll take this 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. Of course, there are a lot of scenarios for teams coming into the final weekend of the Southwestern Athletic Conference season about their tournament lives, and we're trying to get that out to you and help you to understand it as much as possible. All right, here are some scenarios here, and this is going to be on the men's side, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so here are the playoff seeding scenarios. If Texas Southern defeats Alcorn tonight, the Tigers will clinch the #1 seed for the tournament. A win for Alcorn would keep the seedings a mystery until Saturday night's game. A tie in record would be broken by point differential in the head-to-head meetings. Currently, Texas Southern holds a +2 differential in the head-to-head contest against Alcorn. I might add, Alcorn, one of the hottest teams not only in the SWAC but in the country right now. Southern is locked in as a 3 seed, so they can't do anything. Now the 4th seed is up for grabs. Clinching a 4th seed could loom large for teams who are trying to secure home court advantage. Grambling right now, Jackson State and Prairie View A&M are all bunched together at 8-8. Grambling holds a tiebreaker over Jackson State University. They won both head-to-head meetings. However, Prairie View holds the tiebreaker over Grambling. They split the meetings but hold a +9 point differential, while Jackson holds a tiebreaker over Prairie View. They split and they have a +2 differential. In the event of a tie, a 3-way tie, Grambling would earn the tiebreak based on a 3-1 record against the teams followed by Prairie View and then Jackson. So what that means basically is if all three, Grambling, Jackson, and Prairie View end, let's say at 10-8 after the weekend, Grambling wins the tiebreaker, they get the #4 seed. Now, who's in? Arkansas, Palm Bluff, and Mississippi Valley, both 6-11 in conference play, will take it down to the final regular season game for a playoff spot in the tournament. The teams will meet each other in the regular season finale on Saturday afternoon in Itabena. It's at 4 p.m. One team will be in, one team will be out. A win for either team would clinch their spot into the playoffs. A loss will not qualify based upon Alabama State's tiebreaker advantage held over both teams, a +4 differential versus UAPB and a +2 against Valley. So Valley and Arkansas Palm Bluff, they are playing for their playoff lives on Saturday. For Grambling, it's win and you continue to go in. Now for the men's basketball team, of course, they had a tough loss against Mississippi Valley. Had they won that game, they'd have really been in the driver's seat. For the Lady Tiger basketball team, they trail right now by 13 points. But right now they are the #1 seed in the tournament, but that could all change if you have some tiebreakers go on coming up here tonight. All right, we're going to take a timeout, 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll come back with halftime stats right here on the Grambling Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. The Lady Tiger basketball team trailing big, 47-34 at the half. Let's go over some of the halftime numbers before we take our final break of the halftime. First of all, Lady Tigers led in scoring by Jasmine Torian, who has 9 points. Monisha Neal with 7 points. She has 3 rebounds. Story of the ball game, a couple of them. Grambling is being out-rebounded by Alabama State 21-8 and 13-2 on the defensive boards. So Grambling not getting too many second chance opportunities. Lady Tigers were 13-32 in the first half from the field, 6 for 16 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, Alabama State 17-24 from the field, 7 for 10 from the three-point line, led by Danielle Clark, who had a career high in the first half, 22 points. That's the most points for her in one half in her career. Brittany Wright, 9 points in the ball game, 5 rebounds, and also getting in on scoring action for Alabama State, Danielle Ewert, who had 6 points in the ball game. She also has 4 assists in the contest. Lady Tigers were 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Alabama State 6 for 8. And overall, Lady Tigers 12-2 points off turnover, but Alabama State 14-6 points in the paint. They also outscored Grambling 10-9 off the bench. There's been one scoring tie in the ball game, and the last field goal scored by Grambling was, of course, just before the half. For Alabama State, they led by 15 points at one point in the ball game with 34 seconds remaining in the half. They led for nearly the entire first half. The game was tied with about for 58 seconds in the contest, and that's about it. We'll take our final 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, Lady Tigers right now trail 47-34. Jasmine Torian goes in, gets her shot blocked, start the second half. And again, Lady Tigers really need to put a stop to Danielle Clark. 22 points in the first half of the ball game. Just on a tear. Shot up and rattles in good for Brittany Wright. And the Lady Hornets picking up right where they left off. She's now in the double figures. Monisha Neal with the bucket. And it's now 49-36. 8:49 remaining here in this first half of play. 51-36 now the score after the made bucket by Alabama State. Here is Lewis for the shot. It's up and good. Lewis with a three-pointer. Lady Tigers now trailing 51-39. And now a foul coming up against Alabama State. You can see Lady Hornets trying to work that ball inside if you're watching the YouTube channel. (51-39), Grambling with the basketball. Shakala Hill, who sat out most of the first half because of foul trouble, now into the ball game. Now gets it to Jasmine Boyd. Back to Torian, three-pointer, no good. Rebound on the floor, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Grambling and back to Alabama State. 51-39, 8:02 remaining in the third quarter. The Lady Tigers have just struggled, mainly on the defensive side in defending Danielle Clark. Just some wide open shots, and then on the other side, the rebounding. They have not gotten too many second chance opportunities during this entire ball game. Alabama State moving the ball down the floor quickly. And controlling it will be number 14, Jones. Jones defended by Jasmine Boyd out high. Now getting it to Danielle Clark, and they'll put a tight defense on her. Three-pointer by Ewert, up and good. So for Ewert, her first three-pointer of the ball game. And it's now back up to a 15-point lead, largest lead of the ball game for tying the largest lead of the ball game for Alabama State. Shot up and no good by Jasmine Boyd. She goes back up for the shot, no good, and she's going to the line to shoot two. That foul is on number 22, Kayla Stevens. That's just the third personal foul called against Alabama State in the entire game. And boy, Lady Tigers are really struggling right now. 54-39. And Coach Murray telling everybody to get back on defense. Jasmine Boyd will go for two here. First free throw is up and good. So Jasmine Boyd now the only Lady Tiger to shoot free throws tonight. She's 3 for 3. Having a seat for Alabama State, Brittany Wright, the senior from Detroit, Michigan. Coach Murray calling out the offense. Shot up and no good by Jasmine Boyd, so she is 1 for 2 at the charity stripe on that trip. 3 for 4 for the ball game. 54-40, Lady Tigers have cut the lead now to 14. At one point in time, they had it down to 2. Stevens with the basketball, defended by Torian. Now to Jones. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones looking, she drives the paint, goes in for the bucket. Count the bucket. That foul is going to be on number 13, Jasmine Boyd, it looks like. And if that's her, it'll be her third personal. Count the basket by number 14. And that's going to be Jones, and she goes to the line for 1. 16-point deficit now for the Lady Tigers. Free throw up and no good. That was her first free throw attempt of the ball game. Shot up and no good by Shakala Hill, but she's going to the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to be on number 14, and that's going to be against Jones. Fourth foul called against Alabama State in the ball game. Shakala Hill, first free throw up, no good. Gotta hit the throws. 16-point deficit. Brina Andrews coming in. Jasmine Boyd on the bench now. Shakala Hill, 1 for 2 at the charity stripe.
Checking the lineup now for Grambling: Shakala Hill, Jasmine Torian, Brene Andrews, Monisha Neal, and looks like Shantiera Lewis. And Alabama State, Tony just coming into the contest. They have Tony, Ewert, Jones, Stevens coming back into the ball game, and Brittany Wright. Wright with the basketball, turns around in the paint, goes up for the shot, no good, and the ball is recovered by Danielle Clark. Now back out to Jones. Ewert now looking, trying to find something open, puts the ball behind her back, goes in for the nice little wrap-around layup. Nice job by Ewert. She now has 9 points in the ball game, and it's 58-41, 17-point deficit for the Lady Tigers. They have just hit a buzzsaw in Alabama State. Torian goes up for the shot. It's up, no good. No foul called. Ewert with the rebound for Alabama State. 58-41, 5:46 remaining here in the first half of play, or in its third quarter of play. It's been all Alabama State except for about a minute of this ball game. Inside pass to Bright. Shot is up, no good. Rebound by Monisha Neal. Neal taking the ball herself. Now to Lewis. Lewis to Neal. Cross-court pass to Shakala Hill. Oh, travel. John A. Thompson coming back into the lineup for the Lady Tigers. Also Danielle Clark for the Lady Hornets. And it has just been all Lady Hornets. And Alabama State trying to secure a home game in the first round of the tournament. So they've got a lot to play for. Lady Tigers trying to win the regular season crown. That would guarantee them a first round, or guarantee them postseason play, and the ball goes out of bounds. Jones throws the ball out of bounds, and it goes back to Grambling. 58-41. Neal with the basketball, left side to Lewis. Now back to Neal, now to Shakala Hill. Brene Andrews, back out to Hill. Somebody's gonna have to take control for Grambling. 10 seconds left on the play, shot clock, count the bucket by Shakala Hill. She'll go to the line to shoot one. And we have a timeout on the floor with the score. The Grambling Lady Tigers trailing 58-43. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. 1 minute, we'll be right back. Hey, make sure you get your insurance checkup by visiting our good friends at the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency. Like a good neighbor, the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency is there. Whether it's auto, home, or life, make sure that you are covered and your belongings are covered. Also ask about their renter's insurance as well. You can call them today at 318-255-6301. Shakala Hill at the free throw line, try to complete the three-point play, and she does. And she's 2 for 3 at the charity stripe. 58-44, cutting the lead to 14 points now. Tony with the basketball, nice pick set by Alabama State. Cross-court pass now to Kayla Stevens. Stevens back to Danielle Clark. Nice job by Grambling, getting all over Danielle Clark. And a timeout called by Alabama State. Now, the coaching staff of Grambling wanted a turnover there. And they're going to get the timeout by Alabama State. 58-44 the score. True Care Dental is located, of course, off of Highway 80 in the Grambling-Ruston area. Make sure that you get your smile right with the True Care Dental and Dr. Rhonda Pruitt. Whether you need just a regular checkup or you need a complete workup to determine what's going on with your smile, you can go over to the True Care Dental Agency in Ruston or in Grambling. You can call 318-247-1111. Still a timeout here. And so we've got a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take a timeout as well. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, 1 minute. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. Alabama State scores a bucket. It's now 60-44. Grambling trailing with 3:51 remaining in the third quarter. Shot up and no good, and Grambling comes away with the ball. Here is Lewis with the spot jumper. Up no good, and Alabama State comes away with the rebound. They are not getting any second chance opportunities. Shot up and good. That ball goes out of bounds, I believe, or a foul coming up on Alabama State. We'll check the points here in just a second. 62-44, Grambling trailing by 18 points, 3:22 remaining in this third quarter of play. First free throw up and on the way, no good by John A. Thompson. One more free throw coming up. One more free throw coming up. Shot is up, no good. Shot up, no good for Alabama State. Rebound in the putback. Foul coming up, charge to Grambling. They're going to charge that to Monisha Neal, her second personal. Wow, it's been a tough game for the Lady Tigers. 62-44. Free throws up and no good. One more free throw opportunity here. Lewis comes out of the ball game. And Boyd will come back in for Alabama State, or for Grambling rather. One more opportunity at the charity stripe here for Alabama State's number 22, Kayla Stevens. Shot up and it rattles in good. Lady Tigers trail now by 19 points. It's their largest deficit in a long time. Oh, they're going to call and one for Shakala Hill. Great bucket by Shakala Hill. And if you're watching the Grambling TV channel, of course, on the replay, Shakala Hill just doing a great job with the dribble drive penetration. Goes in and gets the shot. And now she'll try to complete the three-point play. And, boy, they need every point that they can get right now. 63-46. She gets the bucket. She's 3 for 4 at the charity stripe. And it's now a 63-47 ball game, back to a 16-point deficit. And for Shakala, that's 9 points. Controlling now for Alabama State. Ewert, right side now to Stevens. Stevens to Ewert, left side to Jones. Jones now getting it to Danielle Clark. Offensive foul charge to Danielle Clark. That's her first personal. Only the 15th foul for the game for Alabama State. Check that, make that 7. It's a 17th foul. Danielle Clark will come out for Alabama State. Ball goes out of bounds off of Grambling, back to Alabama State. We got 3 players for Alabama State with 3 fouls, with 2 fouls now. Grambling trailing 63-47. Lady Tigers trying to stop the bleeding with the scoring and really trying to get some rebounds as well. They have not been able to get a lot of second chance opportunities. Ewert gets the ball tipped. Cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way for Alabama State. It's up, it's no good. And the rebound by Johnny Thompson for Grambling. Nice job by Thompson. Here comes Shakala Hill. Hill, of course, leads the team in scoring, averaging 14.8 a game. Johnny Thompson wide open underneath the goal. She gets the bucket. Johnny Thompson with 6 points now. And it's now 63-49, back to a 14-point deficit. Lady Tigers need more of that out of Johnny Thompson like they did against Mississippi Valley, where she had 18 points. Nice defense, and it's going to be a foul charge to Alabama State. Offensive foul charge to Alabama State. And that foul is going to be charged to number 24, and that's going to be Brittany Wright. And for Wright, that is her second personal foul. Grambling with the basketball, Monisha Neal to Johnny Thompson. Left side to D. Taylor. Taylor now drawing the double team to Jasmine Boyd. Looks like a little bit of a zone set up here by Alabama State. Shakala Hill looking. Is bumped a little bit. Gets it into Johnny Thompson. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes in for the bucket, no good. But she will go to the free throw line. Being great if she could have gotten that one. Now she has to go to the charity stripe. 63-49. A minute left in the third quarter. She'll shoot 2. They need to get this under 10 going into the fourth quarter. Oh, Johnny Thompson misses the first free throw. She's 0 for 3 so far at the charity stripe. Now in for Alabama State, number 54, Tatiana Calhoun. 63-49 the score. And she gets 1 or 2 at the charity stripe. Now down to a 13-point deficit, 58 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Grambling trailing 63-50. Ewert with the basketball out high on the right side. Now they get the ball over to one of their guards, and that's going to be 14 Jones, who misses the wide open jumper, and here comes D. Taylor. Taylor comes back now to Boyd. Nice little ball fake by Boyd. She goes in for the shot. It's up. It's no good. She goes to the free throw line. 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And that foul is going to be on 22, Kayla Stevens. That'll be her third personal. Free throw up and good by Jasmine Boyd. Have celebrities in the house now. Chris DeMargin joining us here at the arena. Now the game can start. Here's Jasmine Boyd with her second free throw attempt. It's up, it's good. So she's 2 for 2 on that trip. Now 5 for 6. 63-52, down to an 11-point lead. Near steal by D. Taylor. Great hands by Shikala Hill, knocking the ball out of bounds with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. And now coming in, Danielle Clark, who did a lot of damage in the first half. She had, I believe, 6 3-pointers, 22 points in the first half alone. But she hasn't scored in this half yet. Alabama State with the basketball. They're looking for Danielle Clark on the opposite side of the floor. And they stepped on the inline. Turnover Alabama State, and it goes back to Grambling. 17 seconds remaining. They can get this down to 9 points here, and that's where they want to be within striking distance to start the fourth quarter. Full court pressure put on by Alabama State. 2-1-2. D. Taylor with the basketball, getting it to Johnny Thompson. Little soft jumper, up and no good. Now with the ball is Danielle Clark. Clark has got the ball knocked out of her hand with 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter by Shikala Hill. And boy, I tell you what, the Lady Tigers, no quitting them. Great job and hustle by Shikala Hill as she went in, sliding into second base, I guess you could say. Underneath the goal, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Lady Tigers trying to make a comeback here. 63-52 is the score. We'll take this 1-minute timeout. 1 minute. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. We go to the fourth quarter. The Lady Tigers trail 63-52. And remember, Danielle Clark had 22 points in the first half. We talked about that. That is a season high for her. Also, of course, you start looking at the second half, though. So far, Clark has had no shots here in the second half of the ball game. Ewart will inbound for Alabama State. Lady Tigers trail by 11. Controlling the basketball for Alabama State will be Elisha Jones. Jones stolen by Johnny Thompson. Thompson running the floor. Goes in for the bucket, and she gets the bucket. She now has 8 points in the contest, make that 9. Lady Tigers now trail 63-54. They're within striking distance. You can tell the Lady Tiger bench now up. Fans now encouraging this basketball team, and a near steal. Shot up, no good. Foul coming up against Grambling. That was just out-muscling for the ball. That foul's going to go against Johnny Thompson. That's her second personal. And Thompson, that was just a case where she was just out-muscled. Free throw up and good by 54, Tatiana Calhoun. She has one more at the charity stripe. (54, 54, 64, 54). Missed opportunity, 1 for 2 at the line. Monisha Neal with the basketball, gets it out to Johnny Thompson. Thompson's going to be called for a foul. A foul's going to be called against number 2, and that's going to be Danielle Clark. And it'll be Lady Tiger ball out of bounds, her second personal. Tatiana Calhoun in the ball, coming out of the ball game. Neal with the basketball, gets it to Boyd. Now to Chicago Hill, three-pointer on the way, good! First three-pointer of the ball game for Chicago Hill, and now it's 64-57. Grambling within 7 now. It was a 19-point lead. Three-pointer up, no good by Alabama State, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it goes back to Grambling. (64-57) the score. Grambling with the basketball, only trailing by 7. Nice job by Johnny Thompson, can't get the bucket, but Chicago Hill gets the rebound. Hill back out to Neal. Three-pointer on the way by Jasmine Boyd. It's up, is it no good? Rebound by D. Taylor, and it's going to be a foul charge to D. Taylor, I believe. Well, they were fighting down low for the basketball. D. Taylor is going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be number 4. Is that number 4 on her? It's going to be number 2 on her, I believe. 64-57, still just a 7-point deficit for the Lady Tigers. And near steal. And they say that it's not over and back. That Grambling last touch at Ewart, a three-pointer. It's up, it's no good. And controlling the ball is going to be a foul against D. Taylor. She's going to get her third, trying to wrestle for the ball. Alabama State ball out of bounds. Lewis will come in for D. Taylor. 64-57, 8 minutes remaining in this ball game. Tony with the basketball for Alabama State, looking for an opening. Ball tipped. Alabama State recovers. Looked like a little bit of a hold and a wraparound on the inside. Brittany Wright going to the bucket. Now 66-57. Nice camera work there by our folks from GSU TV. On the layup there by Brittany Wright. Now back out to a 9-point deficit. Jasmine Boyd, a three-pointer on the way, no good. The rebound and the putback, no good by Monisha Neal, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. They need the free throws here. 7:29 remaining in the third quarter, 66-57 the score. Monisha Neal will go to the free throw line to try to shoot 2. Neal on the season about a 70% free throw shooter. First free throw is up and good. One of the better free throw shooters on the team. She's got one more opportunity at the line. Averaging 10 points a ball game, almost 11. 6.4 rebounds. Coming into the contest, Chicago Hill, 113 assists, 2 for 2 at the line for Monisha Neal. And it's now a 66-59 ball game. Lady Tigers now trail by just 7 again. Controlling for Alabama State is Ziara Doe. And out of bounds off of Alabama State, Kayla Stevens losing the ball, and it comes back to Grambling, 66-59. No quit in these ladies. They were down as much as 19 points here in this second half. Chicago Hill with the basketball. Now over to Lewis. Three-pointer on the way, no good. And nobody underneath to get the ball. Chicago Hill did not want to risk getting another foul. Alabama State with the basketball. Jones controlling, gets it down to Stevens. Stevens to right, back to Stevens, now to Jones. Jones defended by Lewis. 15 left on the shot clock. Lady Tigers could use the turnover here. Up and with a basket inside there by Brittany Wright. Easy bucket. I believe she's got 15 now, 19 on the night. 68-59, back up to a 9-point lead. They just can't crack inside of 7. Here's Johnny Thompson with a shot up and no good. And the rebound by Kayla Stevens. 6:26 remaining in this ball game. Lady Tigers were down 19. They've been fighting. They got as close as 7 after having that 19-point deficit. Shot up, no good, and the rebound by Alabama State, and it's a foul coming up on Grambling. Johnny Thompson is going to get the foul, and for Thompson, that's her 3rd personal. So Lady Tigers do a great job in making a comeback. Free throw is up and good by Brittany Wright. Johnny Thompson will come out of the ball game, and Jasmine Torian will come back in. One more free throw attempt here. And the free throw attempt is good. Timeout, Alabama State will take a timeout as well. 1 minute timeout, 1 minute, we'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hovde Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. The Lady Tigers trailing right now 70-59. They got it to within 7 points, and now back to 11-point deficit for the Lady Tigers. Now they will have the basketball here. Jasmine Boyd will inbound. They need to cut this lead back down to either 9 or either 8 points with a 3-pointer. 6:10 remaining, still plenty of time for the Lady Tigers. Just need to play good, solid basketball, getting in position, not allowing easy shots. Lewis going in for the shot. It's up. It is good. Nice job by Lewis. Boy, look at, nice shot, just nice little fake, putting in the right hand and putting a little move on Kayla Stevens. Shakala Hill with the defending the basketball. She's on Jones. Out of bounds off of Grambling, back to Alabama State. Nice hands there by Shakila Lewis, as you can see on the replay on GSU TV. Back to a 9-point deficit for the Lady Tigers, 70-61. With the basketball, Doe drives in for the shot. It's up, it's no good. Ball out of bounds off of Alabama State. Goes back to Grambling, 70-61, 5:37 remaining in the game. Lewis, Neal now to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd now comes back out to Lewis, 16 left on the shot clock. Lewis, nice pass inside to Jasmine Torian. She goes up for the shot, it's no good, but a free throw's coming up for Jasmine Torian. Torian has really come on strong. She's averaging almost 10 points a ball game. Nice job by Torian drawing the contact. That foul is going to go against 22 Stevens. Oh, missed free throw by Jasmine Torian. First miss of the night, and those free throws will come back to hurt you. 70-61 to score. They're trying to cut into this lead. Got to hit the freebies. Torian 1 of 2 at the line. Back now down to an 8-point lead, 70-62. Grambling trailing, 5:14 remaining. Alabama State trying to pull off an upset here at Grambling. Tony with the basketball, high out on the right side. Now we'll dribble towards the baseline. And an offensive foul charge to Alabama State. It's going to be charged to Brittany Wright. And you can see on the replay there that Brittany Wright definitely had all kinds of hands out. 70-62. Grambling can cut this lead now back down to 6. Monisha Neal with the ball to Jasmine Boyd. To Neal. Neal, turnaround jumper up, no good. Ball tipped around. Alabama State recovers. Foul coming up. And it's going to be charged to Monisha Neal, it looks like. Is that going to be on Shakala Hill? It's going to be on Shakala Hill. And that'll be her third personal. And going to the free throw line for Alabama State will be 24, Brittany Wright. Leading scorer for Alabama State. Free throw up and good. Brittany Wright, not only the leading scorer on this Alabama State team, but she's a leading scorer in the conference, averaging 18 points a ball game. Her first free throw was up and good. Got one more at the charity stripe. And she's 2 for 2 on that trip. She's only missed 2 tonight. 6 for 8 from the free throw line. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Boy, Lady Tigers, they just cannot crack 7. Now to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd now back to Neal. Heavy pressure put on by Alabama State. Shakala Hill will pull a 3. It's up, it's no good. Nobody around the basketball for a rebound. 4:17 remaining here in this ball game. 72-62 is the score. Shot up and good by Brittany Wright. And she's been the one that's heated up in the second half. She now has a game high 25. Jasmine Boyd for 3. It's up. It's good. Jasmine Boyd needed that three-pointer. 74-65. Back now down to a 9-point deficit. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Just a reminder, visit our good friends at the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency. Like a good neighbor, the Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency is there. Give them a call today, 318-255-6301. And make sure that you are covered, whether it's renters, home, auto, or life. The Kim Dupree State Farm Insurance Agency can take care of all of your needs. Don't leave things to chance. Get your insurance today. 318-255-6301. Lady Tigers on top of trailing Alabama State. (74-65), 3:48 remaining in the contest. Grambling needs a stop and a bucket. Alabama State with the basketball. Heavy pressure now put on by the Grambling Lady Tigers. Lewis out front on Jones. Offensive foul charge to Alabama State. And that's going to be charged to Jones. 74-65. Grambling can once again get it back down to 7. And Chicala Hill nearly turned the ball over, and she does. It's off of Alabama State. Off of Grambling, it goes back to Alabama State. Just when they're about to try to cut into the lead, they turn the ball over. It's been really tough for the Grambling Lady Tigers tonight, but still plenty of time left in this ball game. Jones with the basketball for Alabama State. Gets it out to Stevens. Down low, up and in for Brittany Wright, 27 points. It's been Brittany Wright all over Grambling in the second half. Shot up, no good. Free throws coming up. It's going to be on Jones again, and that'll be 4 on her. Chicala Hill going to the free throw line. Free throw up and good for Chicala Hill. (76-66). Free throw is up and good. Now back down to a 9-point lead, 2:48 remaining in the contest. And a steal by Lewis. Lewis goes in, gets the bucket. She now has 7, and it's now 76-69. Shot up, no good. Ewert trying to get the ball for Alabama State, and Grambling wants a travel, and they get the timeout for Alabama State. And I don't know, if you start looking at this one, that's pretty close to, I'd have to agree with that. That's a good timeout call by Alabama State. Full timeout, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. 1 minute, we'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, the Grambling State University Lady Tigers trail 76-69, 1:56 remaining in the game. Now Alabama State will run their stack formation, their out-of-bounds play. Nice block by the Lady Tigers. Here comes Chicala Hill. Hill looking up the floor, trying to find someone open. Hill with a little floating jumper. She gets the shot. And right back down on the other side, negating that, is Brittany Wright. Wow. I mean, that was some fast transition. She's got 29 on this evening. Just when you think Alabama State is going to get rocked to sleep, they come right back. Jasmine Torian steps inside the three-point line. It's up. It's no good. Ball is on the floor and recovered by Alabama State. Jones has the ball, 1:13 remaining, still a 7-point deficit. Coming down the floor is Stevens. Out of bounds off of Alabama State, goes back to Grambling. Chicago Hill with the ball, gets it out to Jasmine Torian, who takes a three-pointer. Good! Torian with her fourth three-pointer of the evening. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, 54 seconds remaining. 4-point lead. No, we're going to keep it here. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout. 4-point deficit now for the Lady Tigers, 78-74, with 54 seconds remaining in the ball game, and it has been all Alabama State up until the last few minutes of the game here, where the Lady Tigers have mounted a comeback, and so now they are within striking distance with 54 seconds remaining. And Alabama State, they've had some uncharacteristic turnovers here in the last few minutes as well. Alabama State will come back onto the floor with Ewert, Clark, Danielle, Brittany Wright, Kayla Stevens, and Jones. 78-74, Ewert will inbound. Get it into Stevens. Full court pressure put on by the Lady Tigers. Still 46 remaining. Nearly picked the pocket of Jones. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Alabama State doing a great job of winding it down, and a foul coming up on Jasmine Boyd. And they put the best free throw shooter on the line in Brittany Wright. That could do it right there for the Lady Tigers. They put the best free throw shooter on the line. 78-74, and Brittany Wright at the free throw line. First free throw, no good. Still a 4-point deficit. Wright had 35 against Southern back on January the 23rd. She had 28 against Alabama A&M and 28 against Alcorn. This is her second highest scoring game so far this season at 29. Brittany Wright with a second free throw up and good. 5-point deficit now. All those opportunities. Here comes Monisha Neal, getting it out to Jasmine Torian. Torian now to Jasmine Boyd, and she's fouled. And really, it's a good foul if you think about it. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul, but with only 18 seconds remaining, you can only bring it to within 4 or 3. So there's a possibility here, still in our possibility for a steal and a shot. 2 shots for Jasmine Boyd. She's got to hit both, though. First free throw is up and good. She needs this free throw here. And then the Lady Tigers down 3. Had to battle back from 19 down. Second free throw for Jasmine Boyd. It's up, it's good. Alabama State will get fouled by Monisha Neal. A little bit frustrated. And looks like Johnny Thompson. She called for the foul? No, it was Monisha Neal. She's got 3. And going to the free throw line is Kayla Stevens. Stevens hits the first one. She's got one more, now a 4-point deficit, 80-76. 30 points now for Brittany Wright, leading scorer in the conference. Second free throw is good. Ball goes out of bounds off of Alabama State, 11.6 seconds remaining in the contest. 81-76, 5-point deficit. They got to hit a shot and hope for a miracle. Torian with the basketball, 11 seconds left. Goes out of bounds off of Grambling and back to Alabama State, off of the hands of Brittany Wright. Eight seconds remaining. Brene Andrews will foul Ewert, and that'll just about do it. It was a gallant effort by the Grambling Lady Tigers, down at 1 point, 19 points. They just didn't have enough gas to make that comeback. 30 points by Brittany Wright, 22 in the first half by Danielle Clark. First free throw is up and good. Ewert also now in double figures. Second free throw up and good. Three-pointer on the way, no good. 83-76 the final. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Grambling Lady Tigers lose a tough game by the score of 83-76. And joining us here, the head coach of the Lady Tigers, Mr. Freddie Murray. And Coach, that was a tough game, and you know, you got running a little buzzsaw in that first half.
Oh yeah, we did. Like I said, Alabama State, my hat's off to them. They're the two-time defending champions, SWAC champions. We knew it was going to be that type of game. Every time we play them, it's always a bomb burner that goes down to the last seconds. So I expected that for tonight. They got out to a good start and never let up from that point on.
Rebounding was a big portion of that first half. It seemed like that Alabama State put those big girls in and really kind of muscled and bullied Grambling inside a little bit.
Yeah, they actually did. It actually helped them out a lot. They got great size. We weren't doing a great job of boxing out, and they were able to get open shots. And like I said, that's where the game kind of got away from us early on. We fought back, made a game of it, but we'll live to come back on Saturday.
You know, that's a good point because the ladies never quit, even down nearly 20 points in the second half. They never quit in that ball game and just really started just muscling back.
Exactly. One of the things that we was trying to, I knew it could possibly happen. It's happened with me before. Is that when you go on a long win streak, you sometimes lose that hunger. You sometimes lose, you get content and complacent. And I think that kind of happened for us tonight. I think losing one, even though I don't like to lose, sometimes it's good to lose one and then get back, refocus again. And I think we'll bounce back on Saturday. We'll look at the things that we didn't do well for tonight, and we'll make those adjustments.
Jasmine Torian, 12 points in the ball game. Johnny Thompson did well, coming off an 18-point night. She had 8 points in the contest as well. And, of course, Shakala Hill with a pretty good game. The other thing it seemed like Alabama State did a good job of is defensively they did a great job of just holding you guys to one shot and done, and then on the other side, getting into the inside.
Yeah, they actually did. We didn't exploit some things that they gave us. We'll go back and look at the film and make those adjustments.
Well, Coach, Alabama A&M coming in on senior night on Saturday night, and as you said, hey, it's just one game, but it's an opportunity to learn and come back another day.
Exactly. We live to fight again. The only thing that really changed is instead of trying to win the conference outright, we got a chance to win a share of the title. So I think we'll be fine. We'll refocus again and come back again for the tournament.
Coach, see you on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Freddie Murray joining us here on the post-game show. The Tigers lose a tough one by the score of 83-76. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be right back.